Hey, how are you? I'm angry today, but that has nothing to do with this video, so let's talk about things that don't make me angry instead, like Booktubeathon. Hi! Today I'm here to share my Booktubeathon TBR with you guys. I actually filmed this on the day that the readathon challenges for the Booktubeathon were announced, but I decided that I didn't like the filming setup, so I decided to refilm it. So the first challenge for the Booktubeathon readathon was to flip a coin to help you decide between two different books. And I thought it would be kind of fun to do that as a theme, so I've picked two books that are either prize winners or like shortlisted slash longlisted for like prizes, and I'm gonna flip a coin to choose between them. So the first book is, apparently this book is shiny so you can't see it very well, so I'm gonna put up a thing instead. Anyway, the first book is The Natural Way of Things, and the second book is A Case of Exploding Mangoes, which I got only relatively recently at a book swap that a fellow Aussie booktuber organised a couple of weekends ago. Coin. I didn't choose things for the things. So we'll make this one heads and this one tails, and we'll flip it again. Just gonna... Tails, which is A Case of Exploding Mangoes. So that is book one for my TBR. How exciting. The second challenge is to read a book about something that you have always wanted to do. So something that I have always wanted to do is travel to England, because my grandparents are both English. They were the first generation of my family to come to Australia, so I've always felt a really strong affinity with England and like London and all of that kind of stuff. So to match with that, I have chosen to read Sense and Sensibility, which is a book I was supposed to read this month for the Keep It Classic book club, but we might have to push it to next month because your girl is just a hot mess and cannot achieve anything. This book is set in England, and that's the link. It's not a very good link, but it's a link. Book number 3 is to read a book and watch a book to movie adaptation, and for that I am just basically reapplying Sense and Sensibility so that I can read that and watch the movie adaptation with Emma Thompson in it, because I've always wanted to watch it. But I'm one of those really weird people who insists on waiting until they've read the book before they watch the movie, so I haven't watched it because I haven't read the book, and now is the time to change both of those things. The next challenge is to read a book with green on the cover. I think the book that I wanted to read is this one here, which is called The Palace of Tears. It has a tiny amount of green on the cover. This was an impulse buy when I went to a secondhand bookshop to buy some books that I was going to use the pages for a book related craft, and I kept picking up books that I was like, oh, that looks small and cheap and maybe that'll do for the book craft, and then I would read the blurb and be like, no, I want to read that one, and this is one of them. So that's kind of cool. Challenge number 5 is to read a book while wearing a hat the whole time. So the most important part of this challenge is not actually the book, it's the hat. Hat and book. So I'm going to be reading The Slow Regard of Silent Things. Number 6 is to read a book with a beautiful spine, and for this I'm going to use another book that I've only just got recently, which was in a video that I posted recently. I'm going to be reading Under the Greenwood Tree by Tom Hardy. I'm going to be reading this particular edition because just look at that spine. And the final challenge is to read 7 books, which I'm 2 books short of, and I do want to try and do that, but I don't think I'll succeed. So this is like my main TBR plus Sense and Sensibility, which I don't own yet. In order to aim for 7 books, I do have 2 extra books that I'll try and add to my TBR. So first up is Fingersmith by Sarah Waters, which is a book that I started reading ages ago and didn't finish because I was at uni at the time and had to do lots of readings for uni, and therefore just like couldn't handle life. So I'm going to try and read that and watch the television adaptation for that to cover challenge number 3 if I need to. And the other book that I really want to read at the moment is The Enchantress... God, the lighting here, what is going on? The Enchantress of Florence, which is also shiny, and apparently the lighting is just being a bitch today, so it doesn't want to show you it at all, so I'll have to flash up a picture for that. So there you have it, that is my TBR. So my main TBR is this, and then I have these 2 extra books to try and make it up to 7 books for the challenge of reading 7 books, but my priority obviously is the first 5 books, which is already a lot of books for me to read in a week, seeing as I barely even read 5 books in a month, but that's what Booktubeathon is all about. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to read all of these books. Lots of these are books that I've only got in the last like 3 days that I've just like, okay, I want to read these now, which almost never happens for me. Like normally I buy a book and I'm like, I want to read it now, and then I don't read it for like 2 years. I can't tell if I'm talking really fast because I'm excited or because I'm still really angry. I feel like it might just be because I'm feeling like hella angry and aggressive right now, but that's fine. I will see you for another video very shortly, I'm sure. And until then, as always, stay classic.
Sit there and count your little fingers. Unhappy little girl blue.